When it comes to playing freely, the Italian word rubato comes to mind. Now, how do we create a tasteful rubato in our phrasing? Let's look at the clarinet solo from Rachmaninoff's Second Symphony and how Lawrence prepares and plays it.
The clarinet solo in the third movement of Rachmaninoff Symphony No. 2 is probably one of the most beautiful and longest clarinet solo among all his symphonies. In this approximately 2 minutes and 20 seconds solo, it seems the technical issue is about rubato and breath control. In order to make a nice phrasing in this 23-bar long solo, in addition of the Adagio tempo marking, we need to plan wisely where we should take a breath without inhaling too frequently, as well as putting in rubatos in some phrases. For the more exact interpretation of rubato, we kind of steal a bit of time to stretch a little longer on certain notes or bars, then move a little forward after that, but not an obvious quicker tempo. For example, you might have noticed that the first rubato I did was on the first triplet. I stretched slightly on the quaver F instead of playing it as a straight rhythmic triplet. And so on. The second rubato will be after the triplet with printed tenuto in bar 9. In addition of the diminuendo, which sounds like I almost needed a breath after the A at the end of the phrase, but I did not do that. Instead, I kept playing until the dotted crotchet A, and immediately after that, I drove a little quicker to pick up the tempo again. Well, I'm pretty sure you have noticed that too. And now, the next rubato is more difficult as there is a high D on A clarinet, which is pianissimo, and in the meantime I stretched a little longer on that high D. And immediately after that I kept playing a little forward to the next phrase until I took a breath after the B. Following, there will be 3 same pattern of phrases with same Fs leading to the notes Es. Please be informed that all the Fs and Es I mentioned here are written for the A clarinet. Okay, here the harmony of the strings indicates a special moment, so we should wait a little before landing to the next chord, which is chord 3, C sharp minor. Well, this is some kind of surprise because hearing a chord 1 is within expectation, but not chord 3. Although in this case the solo is on the clarinet, somehow the harmony is on the strings. In other words, there is some kind of relationship that drives the melody goes faster or slower. What I do is to stretch a little on the quaver F and then land carefully on the next note, minim E. Well, I don't do the same thing for the second time, simply making it sound a little different. And then I do it again on the third quaver F and minim E before approaching the end of the solo. You might have noticed that there are 3 times of same chord changes from chord 5 E major to chord 3 C sharp minor with the same notes changes on clarinet from note F to E. Here, this is the first time. And now the second time. And finally, the third time. And now, it is the end of the solo. So, it sounds like the melody is not going to resolve so soon until the 4th time. It ends with a perfect cadence, which is from chord 5 E major back to chord 1 A major. Well, as a conclusion, the effect of rubato should not change the tempo in the whole phrase, hence dragging the tempo in general. Remember that rubato must be as natural as possible so that the orchestra doesn't find it difficult to play along and the listeners don't find it dragging or even cheesy. Most importantly, it's not playing it as a rallentando.